morning, Minecraft, and welcome back to the Hypermine server. And today with us here's Ironface. And from what I've seen of his build, he is actually a far better builder than I am. So, yeah, let's go check out his stuff. And I'll show you what I mean. Look at that. I could never build anything like that right there. A
Oh, sure you
hand.
could. Yeah, you could.
Massive hand coming
I'm
out
gonna
of the
slip back to what
ground.
I was doing.
This is just extremely epic stuff here, dude.
Well, I appreciate that. Just takes a little imagination and a little bit of help.
Yeah, I'm not one to be able to make natural looking stuff. And you've even got a dragon head.
Oh, I've got more than a dragon head.
From the air, it looks pretty cool.
If you keep moving on back, you'll see the body beginning to take shape here.
Oh, you're going to make a full-size dragon out of this?
Yeah, he's gonna be buried into the mountainside here.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. That's why you can see I'm building it out of cobble first.
Mm-hmm.
Cobble's a little bit easy to manipulate, and you can mass produce it pretty cheap. And then I'll go back through and I'll put basalt in and do some micro blocking to make it kind of pretty here and there.
So
but
it's going to be a black dragon.
Yes, and its wing, and it's gonna have two wings. They're probably gonna be about this high up here. I don't know if you can see me or not. I'm way up here.
Yeah, way up there. That's huge.
And it's gonna extend. See if I can get the world to load for me here. Here's the tip of his wing over here.
Well, there's two people in the air, and I can't tell which one's you.
I'm probably the furthest away at the lowest,
Okay.
closest to the ground.
Oh, I see. You've got some
I
more.
flew away.
Yeah, I don't do statue or statuesque things very well. I do buildings, structures. I tend to take pictures of things in real life or other video games and make them. But a giant dragon would be way beyond my skills.
I don't know. It's just have to have the patience for it. Is all I think. Anybody can do it. I've held off doing a lot of the normal gather, make machines automate themselves, and do all that in effort to get this done. So
Yeah,
sooner or later, it'll be my base.
I'm in the same position. I have not hardly done anything with machines. Building a large sandstone tower, combined with redwood. It's pretty big.
Oh yeah, I've seen it. It's good stuff.
But yeah, I decided not to mess with any machines, except to the point of collecting the materials I need to build what I need to build.
Let's see if I can find you again. I lost you.
I'm heading towards the head of the dragon.
Ah, gotcha.
So, I saw you doing something while I was waiting for the sunrise here. I saw you doing something with the hand.
Oh yeah.
So
I was
if you want
swapping out the cobblestone.
And is that the wand of equal trade?
Yes, it is. This is the easy way to do it. You build that out of cobble first, and then you make the change out with whatever block you want. Just like this.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
I highly recommend you make a wand of equal trade that has repair on it. Otherwise, you'll be farm crafting until your heart's content.
It has repair on it?
Yeah.
Can you go back and enchant it later?
Yeah. And then it'll actually repair itself. It's I don't know what the odds are of it getting repair on it if it has durability used on it or not, but I've never had a problem with it, so I made this. I think I had to make 2 wands before I finally got one with repair on it.
Oh. Well, I was asking, can you use the vanilla enchanting books on a wand of equal trade?
I think you can, but I don't think there's any real good reason for it. I know you can't get the repair enchant on a book. I know for a fact you can't get that
Oh,
anymore. I
okay.
think they took that off.
So you just have to do it in an enchanting table.
Yeah, you can add potency, and I think that's the only real enchant that affects wands that you would put on a book. I think. I'm not a Thaumcraft guru though, so I couldn't really truly tell you
Right.
that.
I haven't touched
Definitely.
it since the last update. Well, not the last update, but several updates ago. I haven't messed with it since then.
Yeah, I do enough research just to get what I need, and then if I need something else, then I'll do some more research later. But yeah, that's
Um,
pretty much
Last
the
time I
wand.
touched Thaumcraft was when Theory of Everything was the highest research you could get.
So that was pre-Golem Fez,
Pre-Golem.
pre-Golem altogether.
Mm, well, Golems were before Theory of Everything.
Okay, so
In
it
the
pre
research that I did, they were before it. You had to research
so
Golems before you could get Theory of Everything.
so pre-Golem Fez then the little
Follow.
fezzes that you put on their head.
Yeah, I don't know what a Golem Fez is. So yeah,
Yeah,
definitely before that.
little thing he came out with not too far after his initial release, if I recall correctly. I may be
There
wrong.
was some hidden research, and you could get a little top hat you could put on his head.
Yeah, that was around the same time. He came out with the Fez, just like the top hat.
There are quite a few of those now, I believe. I think I remember seeing a monocle, stuff like that.
So what is with all this stuff down here on the ground?
Ah, yes. This is my little. This is my single chunk apiary. It's not really an apiary, but it's my factory. This is probably what you would consider to be my
Where are you
base.
at?
I'm down here right below the head,
Okay, below the
right,
head. I'm looking behind the
right in
hand.
front of it. Ah, oh, that's my mud house where I was doing all my bee work.
You have a mud house?
Yeah, like I said, I lived in a little mud house until I get my dragon fixed.
Okay. This looks like a bee factory to me.
Yeah, I mean, I pretty much did all my bee breeding and whatnot down here, and so if I need resources, my bees are taking care of them for me here, and I don't have to do too much mining. And most of the time, I can.
You don't have to mine anything. Your bees are just producing it all. That's
Well, the
crazy.
basics, yeah, for the
Yeah,
basics.
I hadn't thought of that. Usually the first thing I do when I feed the beast whirls is set up a quarry.
Yep, it's always the first thing people want to do, build a quarry. But I kind of wanted to this since I was invited to the Hypermine server, I wanted to take on the challenge of basically trying to do as little digging as possible. So set the pickaxe down, pick up the scoop, and see what you can do. And
Wow.
you pretty much can't. I mean, you can do a lot a lot of it, but you're not going to get any of the applied energistic stuff unless you go dig for quartz
Right.
because you can't get that with the bees. So I have had to do some digging. I can't say that I've done none, but I am definitely a quartzaholic.
Yeah, I've made some ME applied energistic stuff, and I know how much that takes. I had maybe a dozen stacks, and I was only able to make a small little system out of it. Why do you have quicksand?
That would be my basic anti-zombie perimeter. They come walking on in and anti-zombie, anti-creeper. It's I wouldn't get stuck in there. You will still die.
I'm good.
That's great.
Yep, it works. Just go find yourself a rainforest and dig up some
Yeah,
quicksand.
I have definitely considered doing that, just haven't succeeded or haven't actually taken the initiative to do it. I was thinking of setting up like obsidian pipes underneath it, so when they die, they drop their loot, or does it get destroyed in the quicksand?
No, actually, come here. Look at the way I did it, and you'll see that you can do it so that only their heads stick in the quicksand. So if they do drop something, you can leave it there, and they'll drop anything you want. if you look down here, you'll see that there's a space right underneath the quicksand, and if they sink into it, their head stays in the quicksand, their body their body goes down, and I mean, if they drop anything, it's down below there.
Oh, nice. So yeah, you
That
could
wasn't.
stick obsidian pipes down there, and or some other item gathering. Like
Yeah, most
you could,
definitely.
if you're going Thaumcraft, stick a bunch of hungry chests down there, and they would pick it all up.
Yep, that's
Or
true.
even I mean, there's enough space for a golem to fit down there, isn't there? Or do you need two
Ye
blocks?
No, they're one block high. The only problem is if they jumped, they would definitely probably stay in there and probably
Oh,
suffocate. This is my basalt factory here. I
yeah, I
normally have
gotta
a deep
check that out.
storage. I normally
Basalt
have a deep
factory.
storage area right here in the center, and then basically all you do is add minium stones to the fabricators, and all the cobblestone will turn into basically basalt cobble for you.
Oh, and you're using an igneous extruder to produce infinite cobble, and
Yep.
then you turn the cobble in with the minium stones.
That's pretty smart.
Wow. I gotta set me one of these up and start using that in my tower.
A fisher?
Oh
Fisher.
yeah, I was. Yep, that's my fish.
Does that work?
Yep.
Holy shit. I need one of these.
How does this work?
Basically, you just apply electricity to it right over top of a 3x3 area that's full of water, and it will drag fish out of the water for you. It's real easy. Probably the easiest and quickest way to start off when you're starting off to get food without having to go hunting for it and whatnot. You just build one of these, give yourself a little engine because you're going to be working with steam engines probably around that point, and then just plug it into the fishery and start eating.
Oh. Yeah, I went straight to magmatics. I didn't stop anywhere else. Didn't bother with steam or coal or anything else. Just went straight to the magmatic engines.
Nice. Yeah, I had him sitting around doing nothing. I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna stick him outside, and I've got about 4,000 fish right now. After I've been sitting in there for a week, just collecting fish.
So you do have an ME system set up
I do, yeah. Come on in, and I'll show it to you.
inside the mud hut.
In the mud hut. It's
Oh,
actually a miscraft portal in the mud hut here to go into.
oh,
Wrong one.
Uh,
You're now in the end.
okay.
The meat machine?
Yeah, that's my creation actually.
Oh, that is yours. I was wondering who made that in my last episode.
Yeah, it's something I had on the Ironcraft server for a little while, and the transposers are the only weak link in that system, I think, personally. In that, the timer, I guess.
So the rest of this is deep underground.
Are you inside the?
I went through the
hive right
portal.
now? Oh, okay.
Oh, you do have a full ME setup done.
Yes.
You've got the assembly chamber. You have a mine, a huge mine. What is this
Basically,
spawner
I
full of water?
yeah, this is a drowning chamber. Not actually using it now because down here underneath where I'm standing right now is a bunch of mob grinders that are grinding for mob essence.
Oh, the ME stones. Okay.
Yeah, this is a tier 5 witch spawner, and over
Wow.
here is this is my spider spawner where I'm getting the string I need for my frames.
And
that
what's
must get annoying after a while.
what's killing the mobs?
Right below us, right here, you can see that there's a some mob grinders, some oh gosh, what do they call it?
Yeah,
Oh, you had to
called
give
mob
us. You had to
grinder.
get us poisoned.
Well, I mean, I got power
Okay.
armor. I'm good.
Anyways, God, what's the name of that? Mine Factory Reloaded Mob Grinders is down below us, and that's what's chewing on these
Oh, okay.
guys.
I've never seen those before.
Yeah, they're real handy. Right now, they just require a power source, and they produce mob essence for you. But as far as I know, yeah, no, that's right. They just require a lot of power. If you're going to use the mob spawners later on, is when you're going to need mob essence. That's right.
Yeah, we haven't updated to that yet.
Yep. Yeah, this is the ME system I have. Basically, the whole ME system was created just so that it can provide frames to these alvearies. And if you continue on down the stairs and whatnot, you'll see that I've got 20 alvearies total in this little chunk area right now, and another 18 planned.
Wow.
How are you making this many alvearies?
Well, once you actually get one alveary or 1 to 2 alvearies, which is actually kind of a pain in the butt to do when you're starting off.
Yeah.
You basically put Imperial and Industrious bees in there and feed them some proven frames from your friendly neighborhood villagers, and they will produce as much royal jelly and pollen as you need to continue to make it. And then you just program your ME system to create all the blocks necessary for the alvearies, and sooner or later you'll have enough.
Yeah, I still need to get my Imperial bees going.
I was never actually able to get enough to produce a first one, so
Well, if you
Yeah,
need
it's
something, let me know.
not even noon yet.
I've got 19,000 royal jelly and like 18,000 pollen right now, all from the alvearies.
oh, I'm not.
Just mass
That's on another
constantly.
server entirely.
Oh,
I'm. I've pretty much got the building materials I need. I just need to sit down and actually build the rest of the tower. Just do
You
it.
got austere, huh? Never mind.
I decided to go with mostly sandstone and redwood trees.
that's for your base here on Hypermine?
On this server, yeah.
Yeah.
But this is pretty. I mean, pretty cool for a small style base. There's a lot of stuff here.
Yeah, well, it's all in one chunk. So this whole setup is in one chunk. I basically used a query to query all the way down to bedrock, and
Right.
that's basically all the resources I've gotten. I've used the query to dig down to bedrock a couple times, but I've been trying to keep it as low as I can because, like I said, I wanted the challenge of doing this without using the resources from a query. But the only thing I've been really having to worry about is the quartz. That's really been the toughest part.
Oh, right. Yeah. I've been setting up a lot of quarries. And for a while, I was actually taking the cobble out of it, grinding it into sand, and then processing it into sandstone.
Nice.
So that's where I was getting a lot of my sandstone from. And on the mining world, there's a desert. So I dig down a few blocks, and there's a bunch of sandstone.
That's true. And you can use the compressors, can't you, with regular sand to create? Is that how you were doing it?
I was using the auto crafting table.
Oh, okay.
Nothing really advanced. Just put in 4 pieces of sand and pipe it out with buildcraft pipes, and you've got sandstone.
Ah, gotcha. So it's not the Greg Tech hard setting where you have to use a compressor to make everything.
Right.
Gotcha.
We have some of the hard settings turned on, but not fully complete hard mode.
Not the ridiculous settings, basically.
Right.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm the only person I've ever met who fully supports hard mode Greg Tech. There's no part of Greg Tech hard mode that I don't like.
Somebody's going nuts with the portal.
Yeah. I have my fundamental disagreements with Greg Tech, but that's about as far as it goes.
So I've got just demonic block lag. Is that just the server right now, or Are you guys not noticing anything different?
I'm getting really bad frame rates.
Yeah.
I'm managing to keep perfect frame rates, just the lag. Whenever I try to break something, it takes a good 3 or 4 seconds for it to.
Well, somebody is jumping in and out of a mist portal over here, so.
Oh, that was the spiders. I turned them off.
Because I remember on our last server, a lot of the stuff that we were doing with the mist portals was causing lag on the server.
It depends on how many you've got moving through it at any one given point in time, really.
Instead of using an ender chest, I was dumping all of my mining items into it, and there were maybe 5 or 6 of us doing the same thing.
No wonder.
Ah, that makes sense.
I wonder how much of an effect that would have.
I think Wooly was the first one to start doing that, and the rest of us picked up on it.
Yes, like what could go wrong with that?
It worked fine until there was an update which introduced a server crashing bug.
Yeah.
We all stopped doing it rather abruptly at that point because it would actually just crash the server as soon as an item went into a Mistcraft portal.
Instant crash. So, it's been a interesting tour so far, Ironface. And I think I'm going to call this episode here.
You've seen most of it, so yeah, it's a good place to call it.
Yeah, and you've got it all fitting in one chunk. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, got to use spot loaders like they're supposed to be used for.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Maybe next time I set up a base, I'll do that. I'll try and cram it into a single chunk.
Well, I wouldn't recommend doing the whole thing in a single chunk, but just the parts that you want kept loaded constantly, all your production and engines and whatnot.
Oh, yeah. So, thanks a lot, and we'll see you guys again later. Thanks, Ironface.
Appreciate the spotlight, man.
You bet.